What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel that we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories, from Marvel to DC and even IDW, and the list goes on and on. But today, we're going to jump back over to DC Comics and we're going to cover the reign of the Supermen. Now, we're not covering the whole event right now. In this video, we are only covering the first chapter. After that, later videos will cover more books than just one. But today, I felt like we should start off with just the first book. Now, everybody knows that Superman died in the early 90s, or mid 90s, sorry. After he died, DC gave us four different Supermen: Steel, the Eradicator, Cyborg Superman, and also Superboy. I forgot about him again almost. But DC gave us four different Supermen as a way to give us four new characters to fall in love with, even though only like two got popular, other two did not. But anyways, I do hope you enjoy the first chapter of The Reign of the Supermen. I do hope you enjoy. To begin today's storyline, we pick up in the middle of this gang war between two gangs, where we quickly come to find out that these gangs have somehow gotten powerful weapons in their possessions, leaving us wondering how they got these powerful weapons in the first place. These weapons are turning people into skeletons, but that is when we see that someone is watching this in the distance, where we see this lady is the one who gave the gang members these powerful weapons as a way to make a profit, because every single gang will come to her for powerful weapons to help them beat other gangs. Now, after we see her, that is when we see the police arrive at the scene to stop the gang war from continuing on. But then the cops see something else emerging from the ground, where we see John Henry for the first time. Of course, we all know later on he will become the hero known as Steel. But right now, we see that he is just a basic person who was an innocent person affected by the gang war. This leads us over to a different part of Metropolis, where we pick up with the random man sitting in his car just listening to the radio. That is when he is confronted by a random car thief, who is of course trying to take his car from him. Except the man who owns the car is able to get away just barely. Now for the car thief though, we see him be confronted by someone else in the shadows, where he tries to shoot this mysterious person, except the bullets bounce off of him. But also we see the Superman logo on this mysterious person's chest, where at first makes us think that this is Superman who is chasing down this car thief. Except we see that this person has some kind of energy coming out of his hands and use that energy to blast the car thief, where the car thief falls to the ground, and when he looks up, we get our first look of the Eradicator. Now he does not call himself that just yet. Instead, he thinks that he is Superman. He thinks he has risen from the dead to continue to deliver justice for Metropolis. Now the Eradicator does end up killing this car thief, but he leaves him there. We then jump over to a government facility that is well known to the people in DC Comics. This place is named Cadmus, and Cadmus is known to have experiments that are based around the idea of DNA and cloning. But we pick up with a character named the Guardian, which as you can see kind of looks like a Captain America ripoff, if you ask me. But he was called here because the emergency alarm is going off. And so you had the Guardian and his men barge into a room to see what the emergency is, to only see a container that was smashed open. Then they find a doctor who is tied up on the ceiling of the room by metal pipes, where he tells us that the experiment had escaped, but they tell us that he was unable to install the code words to control the experiment. This is where we pick up outside of Candace, where we see a group of boys breaking out of a sewer line, except one of the boys is the experiment that escaped from Candace, where we get our first appearance of Superboy, aka Connor Kent or Kon-El as well. This leads us into the last Superman to appear, where we jump over to the Daily Planet, where we see a family that is walking up on the spot where Superman had died at, where you have this family see that the city had put down a plaque for Superman as a way to honor Superman for doing the one thing he always did when he was alive, protecting Metropolis. Except that is when you have this shadow figure come from the sky, grab the plaque, and burn the plaque to ashes. And when the family confronts this person about it, we see this mysterious person turn around and scare the family, because to them, they cannot believe what they are seeing right now at this moment. That is when they see that the person who burned the plaque into ashes is no other than Cyborg Superman, and this is his first appearance in DC Comics. And guys, this is where we are going to end today's video. And so our next video, we are going to continue our coverage over the reign of the Supermen. And so guys, I do hope you liked today's video, and if you do, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book videos like this in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read? Well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'm out of here, and I will see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.